yes, routine is the key to getting anything you want. Now, you may not see any correlation at first, but as soon as you think about it at all, you can really see that it's very correlated to success. Oh, don't start fucking doing that. It's going to start rattling. It's going to be annoying noise 2.0. Let me see what I can do about that. The perks of driving an auto is you can do literally everything else at the same time. I don't even have to, I've got one hand, just do whatever I want. Yeah, so by getting into a strong, why do you want to come into this lane? Yes, being in a good, strong routine is by far the most effective way to stay on track. So I feel like getting on track is easy. You see all that motivational stuff that gets you going, but staying on track after a few days or even weeks, most people dropped off by then because they don't have a solid routine. And I believe if it's you got to start small with everything. I feel like you can progressively overload life in a way, and that's the best way to do things. So by having a good routine, you are straight away able to set up a good habit or build good habits that are easy to follow. So if you don't have a routine, you're just going to be doing whatever, whenever. Now, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I don't really have a set routine. I'm not working, I don't have enough work in my day to warrant me getting up at 8 a.m. Now, I'm not trying to excuse getting up late, but I go to bed at the same time, and my nighttime and morning routines stay the same regardless of when I go to bed, which I guess is a good thing. The last thing I do before bed is I'll read. That's a non-negotiable. It works so well for me to wind down and relax, ready for bed. Obviously, get time off my phone. And it's always the same. I'll always have the same routine, no matter what. And even when I go elsewhere, I'll always try and have the same morning and night routine. First thing when I wake up, second thing, I'll go up, go to the toilet, and then I'll sit down and meditate for however long. If I need to be somewhere, I'll probably need to be 5 or 10 minutes, but if I've got nowhere to be, I try and get at least 10 to 15 minutes of meditation done in the morning. And then I'll, sometimes if I feel shit, I'll go and wash my face with cold water, get me going a little bit. Same concept as a cold shower, but I fucking hate cold showers. I will talk at some point eventually why I hate cold showers, but not today. So it just makes, you can kind of turn, when you have a solid routine in place, you can kind of just turn your brain off because you know what you need to do and you have nothing else blocked out for that time period. So you're not thinking about anything else you could be doing because you are doing the thing that you should be doing. So it's not like when you're sitting down watching hours of YouTube and sitting on your ass, you think about, I should be working on this, I should be recording a video, I've got schoolwork to do. No, well, if you block out, even if you're desperate to have your half an hour of YouTube, whatever, sit down and do that and not think about school, but then go down and sit down and do 2 hours of whatever work you need to do, either side of it, and straight away you've done all your work and you've had your hour of YouTube as well, and you're all happy. And then you can go and you can go and allocate however long it takes to go to the gym, have a gym session, and then morning and night routines, eating, and by that time you've basically got a full day done. And it's that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate your day and week about all this different stuff just because you're you see all these people online have all these crazy days and whatnot, and I think those people are bullshit. Like, I might do a day in the life of a normal fucking teenager, a normal guy, because you see online on this internet a day in the life of an influencer, and all they do, they might get up at like 8 o'clock and fucking sit there with their fucking dog or in their penthouse and whatever. You know those ones I'm talking about. And they'll go to the beach and go and have a fucking burrito bowl at their local fucking wherever. And they just piss me off because it's not realistic. And then on the other end of things, you got those hyper masculine dudes, which I had a bit of a rant about. Was it the last one? I think it was. And all they do is get up, work for 15, 18 hours, and then go to bed. And it's like, oh. So that might be an idea, doing a day in the life of a normal person. I've seen it's gained a little bit of traction for like a normal 9 to 5 worker, but like day in the life of a guy on self-improvement, because there's millions of us in the world, guys on self-improvement that may not have made it yet, but are in the process or will one day make it. And I feel like that it might be just interesting to see what kind of people can relate to that kind of shit. And you'll find that my routine, some things in my routine are incredibly inconsistent and others are incredibly consistent. Like I said, my morning and night routine stay almost identical. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, my morning and night routines are almost identical. Always the same. It's an easy way for me to just turn my brain off in the first hour of the morning and the last hour and a half at night. I can just turn my brain off. I don't need to think about that. Now, in the middle parts of the day, it's where things start to get, wow, okay. That came out of nowhere. That came out of fucking nowhere. They put shit out there. Oh, these guys again. There was a video where I was talking about these tradies that have too much power and they got their fucking paddle pops. Yeah, it's this same road works. I'm at that same point. Give us some fucking juice. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like this. If this was a manual, bro, I would be driving everywhere in this thing. On god. Taking drop a gear and disappear to a whole new level. Anyways, got a bit sidetracked. The middle of my routine tends to change, but the same things get done. And so I feel like that's not that big of an issue. Like, it may be, my gym session may be the first thing I do in the morning, and then once I get back, I'll have a bite to eat, then I'll go sit down and work for 2 hours. Is that a fucking Ferrari? Again, I get sidetracked. I think it's a Ferrari. I'm like 99% sure, I can't quite see, but that's cool. I saw a McLaren this morning too. They're fucking all out today. And so yeah, so I might go to the gym in the morning, then eat and work and then whatever. Or some mornings I might get up and be in a working mood, so I'll do my work in the morning. And I tried Hamza's fucking dopamine detox routine where he eats the frog first thing in the morning, and yeah, it's good. It's just too rigid for everyday life. And so while you must have a routine in order to continue to get things done, I feel like you can still have an effective routine without it being exactly the same thing. Now, understand why he says having the exact same thing at the exact same time, because like I said, with my morning and night routines, you can just turn your brain off and you don't have to think about what you actually got to do. You can just go and do it. Yeah, that's definitely a Ferrari. Oh, bro. fucking love Ferraris. Yeah, you can just turn your brain off and get on with whatever you need to do. You don't have to think about, spend extra brain power trying to think about, oh, what am I going to do? But it is also subject for shit to go sideways, and I feel like that's not a good thing, because that puts you in a negative mindset. Oh, I slept in today, and because it's not gonna, straight away you're not gonna build that rock solid routine. And like for me, Wednesdays I can't do a routine because I'm out till fucking, it's 1 o'clock now. I'm not gonna be home till 1:32, and it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna go home and work, because I don't consider going to uni as working, because it's not really, it's kind of this classroom environment. Step on it, bro. Step on it. Okay. Fancy maneuver here. Oh my fucking god, this thing moves. Yeah, I've kind of gone blank here. What was I saying? I was getting carried away by this fucking V8 engine. You need to have set in place. I'm not gonna call it a routine per se, but you need to have things set in place that you do every day regardless. Like, say for example, gym. Like especially for me as well. So I'll put myself in here as well. Gym is a non-negotiable. If it's not a rest day, I'm going to the gym. I don't give a shit. It could be midnight and I'm still, if I haven't been to the gym and it's a gym day, I'm going to the fucking gym. And sometimes it annoys my parents because I go at sometimes silly times, but for me, it's an absolute must that I go to the gym. And I'm working on, I'm not going to say I have mastered, but I'm trying to get to the point where my work gets like that too. Like, if I don't go sit down and do work for 2-3 hours overall throughout the day and get the things I need to do done, then I'll sit up. I'll have to get it done that day before I can go to bed. And I feel for some things I do, like sometimes my YouTube videos, if they take so the longer ones take extra long to upload, and I'll sit there, and if they upload at fucking 10:30 at night, because my bedtime's normally around 10, I will sit up and edit that video and make sure it's ready to go before I go to bed. And not so much with my uni work per se, because it's kind of just like whenever. But with I don't consider it important work, because it's like, my marks are already really good. I'm gonna jinx myself, but at the moment my marks are really good. What the fuck am I moving? So I could really just stop trying altogether, but that's just gonna make me go backwards, and that's not ideal. So I just figure out what you need to do in a day, or what things that you have to do. So I feel like having a morning and night routine is a must. If having some sort of physical activity every day is a must. So today is my rest day at the gym, I'll go for a run. Or if my rest day falls on a day I have basketball, then I'll go and play my basketball game. But every day, make sure you're doing activity. I feel like that's fair enough. And then some sort of work for at least a couple of hours. And so you've got, say, an hour for morning and night routine, and 1 to 2 hours for gym, 2+ for work. You've got 1, 2, 4, 5.5 hours. Maybe you want to chuck in there some time to do a hobby. I don't fucking know. You want to spend an hour or two doing a hobby, and then you're at 7 hours, and I don't fucking know. You get what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you have to learn to make yourself have to do. That didn't come out right. You have to teach yourself that teach yourself for it to become a non-negotiable. Like I said earlier with the gym, like I have to go gym on a gym day. You got to make that happen for all important aspects in your life. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I have to play 2 hours of video games, or I have to jerk off every day. Like, no, that's not what I'm getting at. Like, I'm talking productive things that are going to benefit you. I don't know where the fuck you think you're going, mate. That's what I thought, dumbass. Nice car, but dumbass. So, you can, if it works for you and you don't have a strict uni routine or somewhere where you have to be most throughout the week, then sure, you can set up a routine that's fairly rigid, and that way, once you get used to it and stick to it, then you'll be laughing, you'll be chilling. But most people have either work commitments or school or whatever that you have to attend that aren't consistent. Like, it's not like if you had work from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night, then sure, that fits in your routine. That you can still make a rigid routine around that because it's consistent throughout the week. But if you've got a 6-hour shift here and a 4-hour, and then you got a full day, it's kind of going to fuck up your routine. Now, of course, you can make it work, and I'm sure people do, but I've tried. I've got a very inconsistent work schedule, like extremely. Like two of my jobs, I'm basically on call. Like, my boss just calls and says, "You want to work?" And I say yes most of the time because he fucking pays me like a G. He pays me really well for the work I do. So, yeah. So it's. I've found it hasn't worked for me, but for some people it will work. Having a rigid routine will work. It's kind of like, this guy's right up my ass. Like, he's riding me. Can you get off my ass, bro? Fucking hell. Oh, this car does not handle as nicely either, because it's a fucking... I don't know if you've seen a Commodore versus a Land Cruiser. They're fucking a lot, height-wise, very different to each other. And so you feel the body roll like crazy. You know. Yeah, this has got a lot more travel in the suspension and more stopping. And it needs more time to stop and slower acceleration. It just handles completely differently. So I'm a little bit all over the shop, but you know, we'll get used to it. I'll be driving it a fair bit in the next month. So yeah, you got to put in. I'm gonna wrap this video up, and because my recording says 27 minutes. I know that's not accurate because I rambled for the first 7.5, 8, and then I ramble in between. So it's probably like 15 to 18 minutes, which is good. Take that. And yeah, you need to wrap this up. If you want to watch, just skip to the end, wrap this little bit up. You've got to figure out what you have to do in a day, what a successful day would look like, and implement that in a way that works best for you. Now, every person's going to be different, so I can't give you a set way that'll work, but you got to find how it works for you, that you get everything you need to done, and you're not sitting up for, you're not wasting time or being an idiot. So yeah, comment if you do prefer a rigid routine, or I'll call the style that I run with more fluid, like dependent on what your schedule looks like. So, oh god, what the fuck is this? That is a dickhead spot to stop. This is a fucking cement truck on the side of the road, so I have to go in the middle of the fucking... But yeah, bro. Did I say? Comment put in the comments if you prefer a rigid timetable or run with a rigid routine and what that day consists of, or if you run with a more fluid routine, whether you have work at inconsistent times or you have whatever, and you have to like mold your outside life around certain things. I'm actually curious to know. It'd be good to know what people are, how people spend or organise their day. God. Holy shit, I hope you picked that up. It's a fucking mad, that car behind me had a mad straight pipe on it. Anyways, let me send you home, send you off, do something productive. Don't forget, you know how it goes. Life is what you make it.